boot up H3. Booting up H3 now. Muting me in microphone. Question is, does the Vive audio work? Does it work? Am I gonna have to piss about? No, it works. It works. That is good. Okay, let's go. Just set everything up. Oh, that's loud. Dude, why the H3 gotta be so loud? Dude, where's the volume? Okay. Fine. I'll do it myself. Is the game too loud? I'm gonna be cautious and say yes, the game is too loud. Oh yes, let's go first. Greetings, person who has been in my chat multiple times. I'm going to ask you how you're doing. Taking a hold. Bang. Oh. Okay. I hope the audio is fine. I'm just going to assume it is because I put the game volume pretty low. So I'm just going to do fun runs. I'm not really going to try super duper hard. Human. Pretty good. I am doing also pretty good. I hope I can be heard. I'm just gonna do some fun runs. Nah, not really competitive. I actually forgot there's slots over here. I keep forgetting that. Wow. I actually wanted to do Western, but this will be fine for now. Okie dokie then. Thank you, Nightbot. You're so useful. Advertising servers for me. And let's cleave some folks. Bink. Ah. So it's red. No, it's not red room. Hey, Stair. Oh, Styre. Hope you had a good day. I had a real good day. Kinda. Wow. A lot of damage. Ooh. Well. I forgot. I thought the thing was all over here. Hey, it's an interesting gun to have. Really get this gun. Still think this is better, so I will instead go with this for now. A little bit laggy, that's fine. They use the same ammunition, work switching rounds in the high power if you haven't already. Well, they actually have the same round, so there's no real reason for me to. There we go. Game sound is a bit low. Tell me if the sound is okay on your end. If I can, well, I think I can be heard. But if the game is too low. The first time in forever. The sound is low. Alright. And I will fix that promptly. Don't feel bad. Well, I did a full stream without any sound apart from a microphone. Yeah, sometimes you do that. Sometimes that just happens. And unfortunately, if you don't have a chat, I'm not vaping. I was making a funny sound. Sorry. I'm not Jordan. I don't vape. Anyway, the sound should be pretty good now. Perfect. Magnifico. Wow. They've never gotten a better gun. Oh wow. I do want that. Oops. Well, that's weird. Don't think that's supposed to be like that. You should play a VR game. Winks retardedly. You know what I think, Mr. Waddicker? I think you should play Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. I don't know about you, but all this fighting game bullshit, not my cup of tea. You should play H3VR again. For the millionth time. Oops, wrong one. Same round, wrong idea. Fuck it, I'm gonna go Browning. Need to start punching with the Browning. Yeah, you should be very good at it. You'd be very good at it. I might be good at H3VR. I need to play it to find out though. I mean, I've got a few dozen hours in VR, but I don't know if I'd be any good at H3VR. We'll have to see though. I might buy it over the weekend if it goes on sale. And it will definitely go on sale. 110% it will 100% go on sale. Wow, I can see the jagged edges in there. Like, when I tilt my head, I can see the jagged edges on the black wall, the black part of the wall. And I'm using the Vive Pro. I can't imagine what it was like on the old one now. Maybe my super sampling is low or something, I don't know. By the way, I'm noticing jagged edges a lot more now. Maybe my settings are just kind of fucked. Who knows? December for the new Take and Hold tomorrow, well? So we're excited to test the small pocket/backpack setup I have for regular Take and Hold now. Here's a real question. Have you ever played Pavlov? I have played Pavlov plenty. Quite framey. Quite a framey session. Maybe I should have restarted my PC before starting up. Woo! Woo, Kim, you're making me hot and steamy. Nice. I am pretty excited for the new Tekken Hold tomorrow, but I'm trying not to be too excited because it's a. I'm gonna stay down. I'm not really playing to be optimal, so I'm just gonna stay down here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for the new Tekken Hold. Although I'm trying to withhold expectations quite a lot because I know that it's gonna be unbalanced as hell. I know that it's going to be very rough around the edges. Because, like, make no mistake, the version he's releasing tomorrow, or I guess Saturday in my case, because I live in the UK, the version he's releasing then is just a pure, like, does this work? Are there any game-breaking bugs? And, like, how's the balance? It's a pure test. When it comes to H3VR, a lot of people... They tend to treat H3VR's updates as, so is this competition or is this just normal play? This is mostly just normal play with me. I might do a competitive run in a bit. We'll see. But that would require me going for like 2 hours. But most people when they look at H3VR updates, they look at them like oh hey, the mode just released, it's gonna get updated over time, instead of what it actually is, which is the update just got released for testing and it's gonna be completed at a later time. That's what happened with Tekken Hold, what's it called? Containment. When it comes to Tekken Hold Containment, everyone I talked to said was like, it wasn't that good. And I'm like, but it wasn't complete. And they're like, huh? Tekken Hold Containment was never supposed to be in that state. It was vastly, it was going to have a ton of features. And the reason the map was so horrendously big is because it was going to be filled to the brim with stuff. But because he just, the version he released to the game was basically him just asking, you know, is the map breaking at all? Does it break on any systems? Are there any, holes in the, are there any holes in the map that you can walk through? Does the map work? Is it functional? Does it crash? That was what he released Tekken Hold Containment for, but it never got updated because, well, it never got updated for multiple reasons. But I think it is worth noting that if I don't play too much of the new Tekken Hold that's coming out tomorrow, it's because I want to wait until it's fully complete. Or it's in a better state. I'm going to play it so I can offer feedback to Anton. And, you know, say what I think and balance update and stuff like that. I'm playing it so that I could do that. But doing any form of competitive runs isn't going to be too active for quite a while. So we're expecting that Tekken Hold Competitive should switch to a new rule set for new Tekken Hold after the balance patches have come out and after the mode has been completed, which is going to be around June-ish. Mid-June, I would say. I would say mid-June is about where the rule set will become live. Also, this is... I stated this in I've stated this in H3VR Law and in H3VR Competitive, but I think this is the worst part of taking hold. It doesn't really work that well, which is this. Oh well, I guess that's not a bad example, but the time in between when waves are coming, for me, who's played the mode for like 100 hours at this point, the time between when the waves are coming is usually like a waste of time for me. Like, it doesn't feel good to just stand around being like, yep, here comes the next wave about now. So, and that's one of the problems I keep trying to get to show people, is that the pacing in the mode is not perfect. It's good. The mode is paced perfectly well. Well, not perfectly well. The mode is paced perfectly fine, but it's not super solid in terms of its pacing, which I feel. Because the time in between waves is a bit too long, and there's just generally nothing to do there. Because if you grab a bunch of sausages, like bang, 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 and then they're all dead, you reload quickly, you're done. You have to wait to stand there. You'd already reloaded for like 10 seconds, and then more sausages come. And I think that's where the pacing problems lie in the mode. It's not major. It's something you feel over time, I feel. A lot of people I talked to have said that they haven't experienced it, but I know for a fact that I have, quite hard. And I think if you play Taken Hold for like an extended period of time, it just slogs on, and it gets worse the longer your runs go. Because the longer your runs go, the longer the points become, which means there's more of this, of pretty much nothing happening. Sometimes they're good like that. Sometimes they spawn pretty much instantly. But then a lot of time you're just kind of sat like kind of twiddling your thumbs, waiting for them to come to you. And then they finally are coming, and you're like, oh cool, here comes the fight. Oh, well. Now I have to wait. Again. That's why I suggested to Anton, give us something optional we can do during the parts where there's nothing going on. And that's why I like the target system we had going on. The thing where targets would appear around the room and you'd have to shoot them. I thought that was a pretty good idea because it gave you something to think about. You know, you would look around, you'd be like, okay, where are they? What are they doing? Okay. And you would actually have to think during the periods where you're not fighting. And I thought that was a good way of solving the problem. Not a fantastic way, but I thought it was a good way of solving the problem. But since he's now said he's removing it for quite a lot of versions of the mode, I think something else needs to be brought in. Wow. I think something else needs to be brought in to fill that gap. I haven't had to full reload this thing yet. I believe the shooter cubes and diamonds are just that. Well, like I said, he's removing them from most of the characters. Because he was like... I'm actually glad he caught it, by the way. Normally speaking, people are too scared to criticize... Even me. I'm too scared to criticize Anton sometimes for overstepping his boundaries. Basically kind of over-designing things. And that's why I'm going to take an old containment where he just went nuts. And he started shoving as much stuff as possible into it in the hopes that it would work, or like just for the sake of complexity. And I'm glad that he finally managed to catch that and say that, yeah, like, this is what I normally do. I normally over-design things. I go a bit nuts, and I just keep adding more and more stuff. And he caught it early and was like, all right, well, I'm gonna dial it back. I'm gonna remove the targets, and it's just gonna be taken hold. And I wasn't exactly happy about that. I'm happy he caught it because it's something that he does very often. I'm happy he caught it in general, but I'm not happy that he took away the targets because they solved the problem that I figured, that I thought was pretty key. Was one of the main problems with taking hold. It solved the problem, and he just took it out because he didn't want to over-design it. And I understand that, but it feels like, it kind of sounded like he was a bit scared to mess with the formula he created. So I was just hoping that he wouldn't become scared and voluntarily change something when he needed to. So I just suggested, you know, give us something optional. Put something optional during the things to get us more tokens or something. And I would be pretty happy with that. I think, anyway. Wow, lots of health dogs. It's a pretty cool gun. I like its sights. Its heart sights. This will be good for extended firepower. Wow, very trophy game today. Are you going to do any more Modern Taken Hold, or are you just doing World War II stuff? I'm going to do Wild West next, because I actually meant to do Wild West anyway, but I did World War II by accident. But I want to, for some reason I've got the insatiable urge to rack some lever actions, so I just wanted to do that. Ah. Stick 'em up! Are there any thoughts on Modern, maybe? Yeah, I might do a Modern run in a second. Or in a bit. I bought Mortal Kombat 11, like 4 days ago. And I meant to play it. But I just haven't been, like... You know the type of feeling where you know you're probably gonna have to sink like 1,000 or like 100 hours into the game before you become any modicum of competent? That's how I feel with Mortal Kombat 11, where I'm like, if I'm gonna start playing it, I need to know that I'm gonna be willing to spend that much time on the game. So I've been kind of delaying it. I'm so glad this fucking room is going. This room is horrible. This room is so bad. Oh, I really don't like it. Yeah, I'll do a modern run in a bit. I'll do a Wild West run next, and then a modern one after that. I shouldn't be living for too long, considering my health situation. Wow, my frame rate is so bad. I don't know what's going on. You okay, PC? You chugging? Work it out, old friend. You've been with me for 4 years. I'm sure you can handle this. Grease gun. That's exactly the firepower I needed. Is it actually? What is this, 45? Oh, that's a chubby boy. Don't know why I decided to trade out for that. What do I trade out for? Maybe I just don't trade it out. I've got slots, so I might as well. I can use it for fun. Plus, I think this is the only gun I have which can take a suppress. No, I think this one can. And the Browning can. But this is probably better to put a suppressor on. Oof. That artifacting. I'm just winding up my grease gun. Using every gun at my disposal. I'm pretty sure I already reloaded that, but oh well. I didn't realize that this thing was empty. Doo-doo? Doo-doo? Those might be important. I should probably check. Ooh. Okie dokie. Oh, where did my controller go? Alright. Oh, thing is this way. I kind of want to just jump straight to the Wild West run. Wanted to do. Man, getting hit by a green bullet would not be fun. Wow, I actually hit it. I didn't actually expect to hit it on my first try. Stop giving me that piece of poop. I don't need it. I have an explosive. Granted, it takes quite a while. Whew. Oops. I forgot that you probably shouldn't, Goodbye. And then silence. Pure silence. Man, I can't wait till to just button them over the head with the gun. Just bang. Like Halo, just. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Just whapping them like that and taking hold. Is my channel working? Or is no one talking? Because either is fine. Either is fine. Alright, my chat is working. Dab there? Okay. Primitive conversation, go away. Hey though. Alright. Wild West. Is that Desperado? What is Desperado? Is this why is there? It's like I can see the like my draw distance is tiny. Okay. Weird. But what is Desperado again? Is Desperado Wild West? Like, does it come with lever actions and stuff? Because I kind of want to use a lever action. That's what I want to do. Now, does anyone know what Desperado does? A cowboy hat and syphilis. That sounds pretty good. I've always wanted that. Let me just have a look. Okay, you do get, so it's basically just Wild West. Oh, I forgot. This is, double, you have to cock it. To cock the gun. Also has no stock. That's fine, I can deal with having no stock. No stockerino is fine by me. I can see the seams through it, almost.
Something over there.
Molotov cocktails? Wait, I don't have... Oh, come on. Please tell me you can do that. Well, you have to... Oh, okay, maybe... I don't know. Regular cocktails. I mean, yep, regular cocktails at this point. Wow. Oh, is that it? Come on, that's possible. Come on. You know what? And I don't have a bullet. You can't even do that. Can't even do it. Give him severe liver damage. Excuse me, sir. Do you want? It's a free. Sir, it's a free drink. Wow! Is my aim really this bad? My aim really this bad with this gun? Apparently so. We'll still with like glass, yeah. Apparently my aim is really bad with that gun. Okay. You know what? What's wrong with you? Why are you... Okay. Wow. Gee golly. I got Glock. Percussive engineering. This is the squarest gun in history, by the way. Guns for squares. Boo! Hey, Froggy. Did you hear that? I don't like the amount of shots this takes. Hey! Shit. Oh, it's this side, right? It's cool. Black box rocket launcher is black box. I think I recall that. I love how this looks. Whoops. There goes one round. I'm really bad with lever actions. Weber action Wipo. Man, these are sights. That's a pretty gun. So pretty. Gorgeous. I love how raised the sights are in this. Gives it quite like an iconic Mickey Mouse look to it.
Did you hear that? Just realized. That's odd. I don't have hands.
You use the same round? Just don't use the same round. Is this a bigger, chunkier round? It's a bigger round. Remember when Mickey Mouse gunned down sausages in an endless hallway? Dude, that was my favorite Mickey Mouse cartoon. Wow, this is a long boy. Well, if you're done with putting the power-ups in the mag section to the backpack, it would be convenient. Yeah? Well, no, because I like them to be easy access, usually. You can laser grab them from the backpack when it's on the floor. That's pretty useful, actually. I should really start doing it like that. It looks so smooth when you do it like that. So fucking smooth. Oh, it looks gorgeous. It's a shame because you do miss out on the whole lever action thing. Lever actions never work for me in Taken Hold. Something about the action never closing 100%. That's why you do this method instead. What you do is you just have your controller like this. Well, hang on. You have a controller like this on the gun. You do the thing, and you click the touchpad, and it instantly closes. Because then you get super fast shit like this. It's a shame because it means you don't get to do the whole, you know, personal cocking yourself. You do the own thing yourself, but it means it always closes. So you'll never be without. You know what I mean? You'll never not accidentally close it. Not close it. What am I saying? It'll never not close. You also might mess up the combination every now and then. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like a fighting game combo. Wow, Benelli! I love this gun. Actually, that's very useful. Nah! Give it! No! Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? Only 4, right? Yeah. Very, very useful. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you? Yeah, it's a pain in the ass if you mess up the combo. Like if you accidentally pull it out first, you're like, wait a second, I just wasted a shot. I just wasted my time. I use lever actions as melee weapons. With Sosigs you can, so that's a plus. Honestly, I want more games that allow you to use guns like this. Just like, when you're out of ammo, you just turn the gun around and just poof. Thanks for the follow. Very appreciated. You can see the markings on the gun. Pretty nice. Ah, it's so smooth. It makes lever actions in the game look really cool. Because there's none of that fumbling about, it's just bang. Whew, so clean. Thanks for the follow. I'll check who followed me in after this round. And I'll shout out your name. Isn't that what everyone wants? Everyone wants a name shout out? Thank you, Pudge Muffin 5000. Thank you, Danny DeVito, for following. Let me check it out. Zoop. Thanks, Dada and Steyr. Steyr. What? How's it pronounced again? Steyr. Steyr. I know it's Steyr Og. So I know it's a manufacturing company, gun manufacturing. No. Ah. Okay. If you haven't experienced Dr. Pepper, I feel really sorry for you, because Dr. Pepper is so good. Oh. Oof. It's like the best drink that ever existed. I'm addicted to it. Probably shouldn't be, but oh well. I only fired 3 shots, wow. I'm not counting my shots right now. Another Molotov cocktail and no way to light it. Bergman pistol. Whew. Man, that was challenging. I didn't know Anton would make take and hold this hard. Yoink! He got switcherooed. Here. Ah! I'll give you booze if you back away. Wow. I should do more stylish reloads where it's like, whoosh. Oh, well, definitely not that. I'd also load one by one, but I just do that recreationally, usually. Like if I'm in the mini arena, I'll usually do it one by one, because I like doing all the actions. I like moving. Now let's try it one by one. Also means I have to count my shots. It just gives it more of a tactile feel. That's why I like doing all the actions usually. Wow, am I a god or am I God? Oh, I got the Bergman, I forgot. Right, I should be using the Bergman more. Not the Bergman, the Benelli. Oh, wrong gun. Oh, boy. It's a baby. Do I take this? I mean, they had the same rounds, so... no reason not to take it. Fun gun, so... I thought this was Desperado. Was the trench? Did the trench gun exist back then? Wow, this is a fun gun. I forgot how fun the trench gun was. Honestly, killing you probably puts you out of your misery, so I'm fine with that. You know what's gonna be super fun? Just running up to a Sausage and just BAM! And then executing him with one shot. I can't wait to do that. Maybe get a running start and just... It carries 6 shots. It's worth noting. It's worth keeping track of.
What was that?
Oh, I should go to the depot. Is VR worth the price? Yes. With an asterisk. It depends on how much money you have and what your income is. It's mostly for yourself to decide whether VR is worth it for you. But I would not recommend buying VR until the Index comes out, the Valve Index, because most likely every other what's it called? Everyone's gonna want to sell their VR sets when the Valve Index comes out. Meaning you can probably get a Vive for like £400-300 if someone's especially wanting to get rid of it. Not to mention they're going to want to put their headsets on sale to compete with the interest in Valve. So I would just look out for sales. But yeah, I would say VR is worth it. If you have the income. It was 4 shots, 2, 3. No, it's 3. I thought it was 3. I said 4 for good luck. One thing I would recommend though is don't buy the Vive Pro. How much would it be in America? The Valve Index right now in America is probably, I think it's $1,000. $1,000. But you're probably not going to want to buy that because that's quite a prosumer, quite an expensive prosumer toy. The more affordable Vive and Oculus, the Oculus is probably going to be about $500, maybe about $500, I would say, somewhere along those lines. So is the Vive. The Vive is going to be $500 as well, approximately. And at that point, it mostly depends on your personal preference for what platform you want to go with. The Vive has better tracking, but the Oculus has better controllers. But with the Vive, it supports the Knuckles controllers, the Valve controllers, which are better than the Oculus controllers, probably. They're coming out soon. So overall, when you buy the Vive, you have a lot more options. But again, just down to personal preference, really. I would recommend the Vive. That's my take. I would recommend the Vive, especially now that the Valve Index has been revealed and shown off, and they've said it's working with the Vive sensors. So, if you get sick of using the really annoying Vive controllers, because they're bad controllers, I don't like them. But if you get sick of using these controllers, you can just buy the Knuckles, the Index controllers, instead. So, thank you, Nightbot. Oh! I wasn't counting my shots. HTC was $389 last time I checked. Really? That's really good. In dollars? In dollars, that's really good. I would definitely recommend buying the HTC Vive at that price. That's a very good price for the HTC Vive. Wow. I wish I could like rack them one-handed. That didn't involve the whole, you know, this. Well. Okay, hang on. Do I want to try that? You know what? I'm a crazy madman. Okay. Let's go, boys. Crazy time. Oh, you can't do it while moving. Ah, damn it. I really wish momentum carried over. Okay, this isn't going to work as well as I had hoped. You know what? I got a better idea. It's less cool, but it works. Yeah. 1440p for 1K. Now I'll be keeping my eye on PMax 900 with the 8K version. Definitely do not buy that. You know what? Kill me. Do not buy the Pimax. It is rubbish. It's a load of guff. A lot of marketing drivel. 8K, 4K in each lens, and then no computer can run it. I'm gonna do a modern run, not that pistol. That one. Yeah, don't buy the Pimax. It's no good. I'm gonna do a modern run now, but I'm gonna start with these because I wanna use them. Nah. Plus, for 1K, you don't just get a headset. You get the trackers and the really good controllers as well. I believe it was found out that the people who were making the Pimax were found out to be pretty shady people, doing pretty shady things. Why are you using 22 pistols? Because they're fun. I think that they're not that good by themselves, but in multiples they're really good. Because then you can just hose down lead. Also, they're like, I like them because they're like the Star Wars Lego guns. Someone got a hold of 2 Darth Vaders and just decided, hey, I want sights. But you can't tell me these guns aren't cool. Easy peasy. Wow, they go like totally red in here. That's cool. Wow, look at that scope. Look at this dude. Okay. Fair enough. In reality, I'll probably stick to my OG5 until it dies because I'm cheap like that. That's a fine thing to do. Not everyone wants to buy the Valve Index. I just wouldn't buy the PMax. That reload though is satisfying to watch. What the double? I mean, let me show you a reload that's even more. It's probably even more satisfying. I love it. So satisfying. That's why I use these pistols. Because they're so much fun. They're not powerful, but they're so controllable and usable. I should be focus firing instead of whatever the hell I'm doing right now. Also, they just sound so powerful when you perfectly line up that shot. When you fire at the exact same time, they sound so godly. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh. That's why I say these pistols are viable. It's also why I wanted dual wielding option in Tekken Hold. So like in the new Tekken Hold, when you can buy your guns, I really want there to be an option to just say, hey, can I get a dual wield version of it? That's a lot of rounds down range, wouldn't you agree? Absolutely. So beautiful. I love that you can rack them like that. I'm so glad Anton got that working. I didn't get damaged from that. Or if I did, it was a ricochet. Huh. Oh, wow. That's a cool gun. That's a cool as fuck gun. Not very good sights, but oh well. I guess it's Call of Duty sniping time. I wish I could like kind of half, so I could see if there was a bullet inside. Hey, what game is this? This is H3VR. Dogs Horseshoes Hand Grenades. Ah! I didn't take the mag out. Oh, I did. This isn't H3VR, is it? This is H3VR. All Dogs Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. And this is cool. Didn't know you could do this. Yeah? There's a lot of small things you can do in the game that are really cool. Big slurp. And I get a 22 rifle. Not very useful, but I'll play around with it. .22 on its own, not very good. .22 dual wield is super powerful. You have 30 rounds of pure destruction at your disposal. What did I do? Ah! I accidentally turned on the safety. How do you move around without using the teleport thing? It's one of the game's many movement options. In the what's it called? Let's see, option Spaniel. You can find movement mode, and you can choose from all of these. Well, these here. Teleport, dash, touchpad, linear, arm swinger, which is you pressing the buttons and you... How do you do that? And that's pretty fun. If you want to get a hernia. I prefer just this. You know, the game is a tiny bit from YouTube and this is all new. Oh, well, chances are all the YouTube footage is completely outdated. Unless you're watching Anton's actual videos himself. Chances are everything you've watched is probably not up to date. Oh, cool. I mean, this is a good mag to have in general. Oh, irons. Irons too. pretty sick. Oh, you're funny. Thank you. I tried to be kind of funny. Thanks for the follow. I'm guessing that's you. Hey, another one. Hey, but this comes with armor piercing. API. Don't disturb me. I'm counting rounds. Never disturb a man. Well, just never disturb a man. There you go.
Just realized I don't have hands.
You watch Wacky Cast where he just plays around in the forest area. Don't know any YouTubers who are up to date on this game. Not my, Jedi Toby one. Jedi Toby one is pretty up to date, but he doesn't post regularly. Like, he doesn't post daily videos. He posts like weekly or monthly. So he's up to date, but he just takes a while. But yeah, the forest area, the Friendly 45, it's called. Yeah, I'm not in there too often. I'm usually in here or in the mini arena. But yeah, this game is super different. Makes me wonder how far in you are, how much you know. Didn't he stream it for a while also? Jedi Toby one? He might have. I wouldn't know though. He doesn't talk very much in the Discord, so. Man, I love having 30, well 60 rounds. I can just launch downstream with no care whatsoever for accuracy. Can you do funny reloads and stuff? Like super talented in this game with reloads? Kinda. Sometimes. Oh, whoops. Wrong gun. I can't do the whole, like... I can't do stuff like that, but... Yeah. Jedi Toby one is usually the one that does all the fun, the fancy reloads. Okay. Let's go into the proving rounds for a bit. What do I use? Let's just go with the standard. Go with that. And what else should I use? AK-5. I like the AK-5 a lot. Oh! Oh! I keep forgetting about you. Oh, beautiful baby. Beautiful, like, Down syndrome baby. Oh, it's down here. You have to go for tonight. You're planning on streaming after the update tomorrow? Probably. It won't be just after the update because the update happens at like 3 a.m. for me. But, yeah, afterwards. Oh shit, this gun. I love this gun. Give me a stock to put on it. A nice, functional, beautiful stock. G11, yeah. It's a good gun, but my lord. Oh, my computer is not liking this gun right now. Computer was... Nice variable frame rate. Helps keep the recoil nice and low. Totally not to do with my my horrible computer right now. I want a pistol. Woo! Nah. Nah. So I want this up here. I want this here. I want this down here. Alright, let's go. Let's maybe butt some heads a bit. Have some fun. Oi, look at me when I'm shooting at you. Is there multiplayer? Nope, there's no multiplayer. These are bots. Jesus, went into a nade. Come here, you bitch! Ugh! Oh. Ah! Come here! Ah! Dude, all my guns. Woo! One into a flashbang. Oh, he's blind. He dropped his gun. If this was multiplayer, I'd be really fucking good. Well, I'll let them come up a bit. Don't want to just spoil the fun. Well, that sucks. Currently building a PC so I can run this. This will be my first game. Your first VR game. Good, because this is a really damn good game. I argue this is probably the best VR game that's out right now. Easily. Someone's invading my territory.
Oh, darn it. Jumbo shot. I love
Well, smoked.
But I'm a pacifist.
Too bad.
Self-serve, baby.
Over here. Get down! Stay down! Are you only a VR streamer? Nah, I stream other games too. Quite often, actually. But I do stream VR quite a bit. Better sneak past me. Oh god.
Back at you.
Come here, bitch. No, not that.
Sciatica.
Ugh.
Oh, I think they finally fixed things.
Ah!
Over there.
It's cool. Yeah, I usually stream, Oh! I usually stream fighting games. Or, just whatever I want to play, usually.
Dog meat, bub. Aha, fresh meat.
No more. No more from you.
You're a real pain in the butt, kid.
Whew, well. Stay back. No, no, come back here. Come back here. Stay back. I got a hostage. Oh god! Ah! Let him fire the asshole. Oh. Good job, asshole.
Oh, I think I finally fixed things.
Let's reload the scene and let's try a different mode out. Woo! What? I'll be back. So fun. So fun. Holy shit, let's try and stab some of them. Actually, I wanna get a let's see. Support ordnance. No, support machine gun. RPD. Let's fucking go. Such a fun gun. Rock dual gold pistols. Could do. I think I'll take a melee weapon with me, though. As well. Let's take a knife. Oh yeah, you can throw them now. Come on.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. Got him. Oh, that hit. Come on. Huh. Man, that's so bad.
Oh shoot.
Okay, so one of my favorite things to do is just assassinate people. It's so fun. To just like... Oh, it's awesome. So cool. I love doing that. Just probably one of the most fun things you can do with no, like, just them no fighting back. Just,
Break it down for me.
oh god, I could break their necks with this too. Couldn't I? Well, didn't hear the snapping sound, but oh well. They're dead anyway. And you can slice their throat, I believe. If you're hard enough. Hey, there you go. I just love how interactive these guys are now.
Oh dear.
That didn't slice you. I can just finish you off though. You lucky? Oh, well, sorry, I didn't mean to kill you this early. You dead? You know what? You just die. Shinny!
Oh, darn it.
Damn it. Oh, you two are lovers. Oh, nice. Oh, I wanted to get kebab. Nice throw. Shh.
Oh, dear.
Just the back of his helmet, just oof. Oh, hey.
Humans. Zowie.
I'm creating mines. Long time to see. Well, hey, Mr. King.
Oh, darn it. Oh, dear.
Man. That's just so satisfying.
Zowie.
Milling the sausage is so nice. Honestly, I think it's better than Gorn. I think it's much better than Gorn's. At this point, anyway. Oh!
Oh, why me? Oh, come on.
Oh my god! I forgot the funnest thing in history. Not in levels of Blade and Sorcery. Definitely not in levels of Blade and Sorcery. But dude, doing this? No, come on. Do it right. No, do it right. Come on, please. Ah.
Zowie.
You have to do it in the head.
Oh, dear.
There you go.
Oh, goodness.
Just severing their head using the momentum you build. That's so fun. Like that. Oh, it's so good.
Coronation. Get out of here. Dang it. What tears it? No. Why me?
Oh, it's so fun. Also, the further down their sword, the further down your sword they go, the more likely they are to be decapitated. Clean them up.
Turn it.
So if you, there you go. That one seems sharper than the last. So if you just like stab them and then let them glide or pull them down. You can get a pretty good assassination that way. Just
Give me a break. Give me a break.
ah. Double. Oh, it's a shame when they have armor here. You can't do it. Does any of them not have armor? Yeah, they do. That sausage dialogue was great. Shinny! Oh, come on. Shinny! Go on, go through the... You know what?
Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, darn it. Oh, shoot.
Man.
Oh, phooey.
Shit. There we go.
Oh dear. What a rip-off. I'm rip snorting mad now. Oh, darn it. Oh, goodness.
Just go around knifing them. It's so much fun. Ugh. Wow, that's a bad knife. Here's your breakfast, sir.
Dang it.
Enjoy. Tomorrow's gonna be so much fun. Oh yeah. How do I throw? Stop moving. I'm just standing here. You know what? Try my left hand. Closer. You know what? Just gonna do that. You're taking on the star of a charity event that I follow. Oh, nice. Anyway, let's actually go and fight them with Big Johnny. Sorry, Big Koska. Big Koska. Come at me! That was really bad. It was a really bad impression. Huh.
Turducken.
Ah.
You're dead meat, kid.
Not as many bullets as you would hope. Feels bad, man. I know, right? You kind of always wish, like, it had more bullets. Kind of wish it would go on forever. You know what gun does go on forever? The M249. Man, now this is a weapon. Main series game. Oh, finals for me, and I'm going to be streaming the worst Resident Evil main series game. What is that, 6? Resident Evil 6? Bullets! Oh, and it. Now this is a gun that goes on for an adequate amount of bang time.
Chew on this.
Whew! The M60 is all you need. Hey, Rusty. Hey, I mean, Rusty. Hey, Anton. Let's do another run. Fight them off like Clint Eastwood, where he always has friends. What do I want to take in with me? I want to take in something goofy. Something weird. Just for fun. Nice to see you here, Anton, though. Yes. It's maybe too powerful. I don't know. Oh. Controller bugged out for a second there. Uzi? Ooh, Uzi's a good choice. I can also take in this. Small, goofy, perfect. Perfect in every way. Oh shit. I love the VZs so much. The VZs are so good. I love them. I'll take a VZ with me. Just for fun. This is brand new. What, the VZs? Oh, they've been in the game for a while. Most of the guns have been in the game for a while. Let's take in, someone said the Uzi. Uzi's a good choice. I really get to use the Uzi as well. Which version? I like this version the most. The big, chunky hunk of metal. That's always fun. You want to jump on Discord voice while you play? Sure. That'd be cool. If possible. Where, in H3VR or just through DMs? Through here. No problem. Start voice call. Hello? Wonder if I can hear you. I think I can. Don't think your microphone's connected if you're trying to talk to it, though. Never seen the VZs before. No one really uses the VZs in HD for some reason. Kind of get overshadowed. Oh, I can hear you now. That's good. That's very nice. That's very good.
Cool.
Nice.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, tired of math.
Of math. Ouch. In H3 coding.
Yeah, I had originally written a system for picking like the next supply points and things during a run by me like manually entering them. But even in just a week of doing playtesting, they became a little too predictable and boring in their order. So I'm now trying to write a system that like procedurally generates the order of them in a way that isn't terrible.
Huh.
Because like the version you're playing right now generates them, right? But it's generating them completely randomly, pretty much. There's no bias to it, so you can get like dumb repeats, and you can also get like in rare instances, like it spawns and there's dudes right next to you immediately.
Oh yeah, yeah, pretty much.
So I'm trying to fix that.
That's good.
Yup.
Quite a while ago, you said you weren't wanting to go with like a pure random thing, and you ended up doing it for this.
Well, what I ended up doing is I manually entered a different set of data the other day on stream, which is that I marked all of the like supply and hold points that are safe relative to other supply and hold points. So I can now look those up during generation to ensure that I don't configure a new point too close to where you are. So it's a different sort of manual brute forcing, but should result in something a little more positive this time.
Hopefully, yeah. So just
I also realized earlier, I don't know if you saw this, but I realized I have to add another option for it. I'm gonna have to add an option for whether teleport has energy or not. I think because this is gonna be speed runnable by people, especially playing with dash, and I want to separate those scores between people who are like speed limited and who aren't.
Oh yeah, because that's one of the things we found out when we did like a speedrun category, is that teleport, arm swinger, and dash were just dominating the market in terms of speed. It's like kind of funny. I thought that teleport would be the be all end all, but then someone just busted out arm swinger and just went nuts with it, and ended up getting the fastest time.
What?
I know, right?
Man, they must have crazy arm muscle.
I'll see if I can try and reproduce it on stream. Movement options about arm swinger. They went super fast. Like, yeah, like this. I mean, I don't understand how you could control it. Like, oh yeah, here we go. Like this.
I did not actually realize it could go that fast.
Wow, really?
I don't think I've ever just tried to do that before.
You can actually cross the map in maybe like 20 seconds.
Whew. Well, as long as you're willing to exhaust yourself.
Oh yeah, your heart rate definitely becomes unstable.
That's great.
I actually didn't know it could go that fast. They impressed me so much. It's kind of crazy.
That is fantastic.
Looks better than the new Sonic movie. Oh. It's pretty funny. Someone also did pretty well with teleport, but for some reason it just wasn't anywhere near as fast as arm swinger.
That's strange. That seems that seems down to technique though, because with pure teleport and dash, it's you literally can't get faster than that. I think one of the things that I found though when I was doing my like test speed run this morning with dash is that you move so fast, especially if you're clicking the button rapidly, that you can suddenly arrive in a position that gets you killed almost immediately. Sort of thing. Like you accidentally teleport into like, I'm surrounded by 3 bots that shoot me very rapidly, whereas if you're moving more linearly, like even with a fast arm swinger, you have enough time to react to not do that.
Huh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So it's just being instantly in a bunch of bots' face and you don't really have time to process it.
Yep.
Huh. People were suggesting to just import the stamina mechanic from Rotwieners.
Well, yeah, that's the idea, is that will be because some people cannot stand that.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to force it on everyone in this mode because I'm making it hyper configurable. But that's going to be an option in the options panel that will differentiate what scoreboard things go on.
That's a good option.
So the way I'm going to be writing the high score system probably sometime next week will basically auto-generate internally a high scoreboard name for each combination of options.
There's going to be a lot of scoreboards that just have like 1 or 2 people participating.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, it's that will fill out in time, and I think the really popular ones will emerge from that process.
It's a good thing to see what is and isn't the most popular options as well.
Yup.
Ooh.
But just so you know, the alpha, I think you saw this, but the alpha tomorrow will not have any options. It's just going to drop you right in.
Yeah, no menu, just instantly in. I did see that. I think that pretty well enforces it's just testing.
Yeah, plus I am always surprised at how when I create something new, I don't always have a notion of exactly how challenging something is going to be relative to the whole range of players. And so I want to make sure that with this first test, everyone is playing the same darn thing. So, because this will probably be the last moment that I can get that gestalt sense of difficulty from everyone at once.
Yeah. That was one of the things I always worried about whenever you were making a new mode, is just the super broad spectrum of players.
Yeah, broad spectrum of players and broad spectrum of like how much various options make certain things easier or harder. You know, it's funny though, watching the gameplay here, and I was watching a bit another classic Take and Hold video this morning. I think I want to bring back the gib bits.
Oh yeah.
Even though they're a little expensive physics wise, I had forgotten how good that hit reaction of the chunk exploding was. So
definitely. That's one of the.
I think what I'm gonna do is make the mustard burst when a segment blows apart less intense, and have chunks come out instead.
That's good. That's one of the things I've been asking for quite a while, actually. Not directly, just kind of been saying like, yeah, I like the new Sosigs, but they kind of missed the satisfying pop that the old ones did, where like you could get instant feedback on if they're dead or not, where it's just bang and giblets fly everywhere, and you're like, yeah, I killed that dude pretty hard.
Yep.
I think so. Having that back would be fantastic, because it would bring back like because the reason people really love Payday 2, even though it's like a super messy game, is because shooting a dude in the head instantly makes his hat fly to the sky, and like just that satisfying hit registration and feedback can make all the difference in whether a game is enjoyable to play or not.
Yup.
And that's why I honestly mostly play the mini arena in this, and occasionally dabble in Proving Grounds when I want to see what the Sosigs are like. Sosigs. I mostly play these because I just love the pops they go off with. Also the way their body kind of stays in the air for a bit. I've always liked that, where they kind of become like rigid and just slowly fall to the ground, but I don't think that's possible to replicate with Sosigs.
Nah. The only reason it worked the way that it did with the Mark IIs is almost like, how to put it? It's almost like pure happenstance with the dimensions of their body. Like, because their body is wider, it's just the way the collider ends up hitting the ground, it takes a second for it to fall over. It's also that these had different like physics drag settings on them, because the body is not actually full physics. It's what's called a kinematic route that drives along the ground, and then all the physics stuff is a slave to it, which creates other problems. But that's why I think I actually set the drag pretty high, because otherwise, when they would kinematically drive around, the bodies would shake violently. Because there was all this like instantaneous change of velocity. So.
Yeah. I did notice how the what's it called? The Sosigs are on rails effectively. Like they're just puppets being suspended from like a conveyor belt that moves them around.
Well, oh wait, you mean the Mark IIs?
No, the Sosigs, the Mark IIIs, I guess.
I wouldn't say that I would say that the Sosigs are significantly less on rails than the Mark IIs are.
Oh yeah, I mean like in terms of just how they're dangling, how the lower parts of their body are not connected to anything, and that's when they crouch, they just kind of flip around a bit, because they're only being connected by their head, kind of like a puppeteer just kind of pulling them around. While the Mark
It's actually
IIs,
the torso section, not the head.
Is it? I thought it was the head.
The torso section is the root piece that is being moved towards a physics target, basically using the same code approach that holds that gun to your hand.
Huh.
It's just less physics force.
Oh, I cannot.
So it's not as
right.
instantaneous.
I can kind of see that now. I thought it was the head. I'm just stupid.
Oh no. but yeah.
I'm so glad this point is gone. This
well,
is.
I mean, this point does still exist in the system. It's just laid out differently.
Oh yeah.
It's more wrapped around the corner. Well, this hallway's longer.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I saw it where it curves now. Doesn't it curve to the right now, where relative to me?
Yep. Yeah. It essentially keeps going there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you'll like it more.
Definitely.
But plus having radar pings for incoming enemies makes hold situations where enemies are coming at you from two directions way less frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really one of the big design changes I've tried to make with this, is instead of restricting information from you and trying to surprise you, which ends up leading to like kills that feel like bullshit.
Yeah.
Giving you a bunch of information, but in a time-pressured way that makes you make a decision fast. So if you die, it's because you made a poor decision.
That's good.
I think that's far more interesting. So
I think it's most obvious on what we would call triple flank, if you know that one. Yeah, it's most obvious on that one where you'll just get bombarded from three places at once and there's nothing you can do. Because you can never tell which one of them is going to come first.
Yep.
You just have to guess.
Well, also, with the dynamic cover, it's now easier. It's much easier now, as long as you can read the room rapidly, to find a place to stand at any given moment that only exposes you to one of the directions that enemies are coming from. It's just you have to identify that place to stand and get to it pretty rapidly sometimes.
Yeah. Is this in the item spawner, by the way?
What?
Is this in the item spawner?
No, it is not.
I wondered that. I did recognize it, but...
Nope. The guns that I added for Rotwieners are spawner. I'm holding off to make those rewards.
That's good. I've always wanted to see what the... Actually, I should go into random then. I've always wanted to get the Harry Potter wand. I've never gotten it.
The what?
The Harry Potter wand. The sorcerer stick.
Oh, you mean the staff. Yeah, that's the staff of, what was his name? Grenthor Cal, the Great Old One.
Oh.
Yep, he was one of the unimplemented Rotwieners characters. So he was Grenthor Cal, the Great Old One. The alien blaster was for Earthak 3, the extraterrestrial. Yeah. Good times.
Oh, I was just thinking about this when the index got properly revealed. You see these bombs? Can we make it so if you like crush your hand really hard, they instantly explode?
Yeah, I could do it. One of the things I want to do, and it probably won't be immediately, but I do want to do when I have a little more time, is actually do like a fun little brainstorming thing on the subreddit that's like find stupid things to use the squeeze sensors for.
Like,
just because I think that would be fun.
Like squeezing a bullet so hard it pops.
Yep, stuff like that. I don't want to make it too common because it is still theoretically possible to like accidentally trigger.
Oh yeah. Maybe in that case, for like some important items like I don't know what it's called, like the ninja smoke bomb. Makes you have to hold it for like a second, really tightly. Something like that. Instead of just as soon as you reach the max crush. That's a bad way of describing it.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted. Randy Pitchford is like losing Twitter today, and it's freaking hilarious.
He's losing it.
Oh yeah, he's moved on from being defensive about Borderlands 3 complaints to legit trying to defend Aliens Colonial Marines. I'm
No
like,
way.
wow, Randy, a lot of cocaine today, I see.
Oh, I don't like Randy at all.
No.
He's
Not a fan personally.
He's
No.
a bit of a...
I mean, it stinks in a way because, like, he's one of the last kind of, like, independent large studios
Yeah.
in the industry. And it's important for the health of the medium to have someone like that. But at the same time, he's, like, drank his own Kool-Aid for a little too long and doesn't know how to, like, turn down the pitchman side of his behavior when it's going off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going off the rails today.
He seems to be doing that a lot when it comes to Borderlands 3. You did see he insulted his fan base quite a while back.
No.
Did you not?
No.
Where people were like disappointed he was putting the game on Epic Store. Well, not him specifically, but they were putting the game on Epic Store, and he immediately went full aggression.
Yup.
And I believe
I did see that.
Yeah, he called the fan a troll and told him to fuck off. Well, that was brave.
Yup.
It is a shame.
One and supply points.
Is the scoreboard
Give me a
going
sec,
to be...
just writing an algorithm.
Oh, that's fine. Is the scoreboard for Techno Competitive going to be in the game or not? I would say no. Probably not.
One thing I did want to mention to you is I am especially because the sort of like, especially the 5-run length version of things is so oriented around being, you know, scoreable, sort of thing. I am very much interested in ensuring that displays an interesting amount interesting and the right amount of information for you folks who are playing this in a competitive way, so that it can serve as your scoring rubric.
For the most part, we only really need the timer and the point counter.
Yep.
That's the main big things, because it's very infuriating to have to... Oh, I was going to mention this.
Keep track of it.
Oh yeah, because then you have to constantly pull out your headset and click a counter on your computer and stuff. And then the time is never completely right, because you can't press start and the timer at the same time. So
Yep.
just having those two would improve it substantially. It basically means I would only have to look at the very end of a run. It would also stop cheating, which I can't believe we actually got. We actually got a cheater, and I can't believe that.
I'm not that surprised.
I think they might have been testing us, but seeing what they could get away with. It was funny because I think I did say it, but when they got caught out, they had a hissy fit, and we just ended up banning them.
Yup.
Oh, I was gonna mention this, but I never found a good time or ask about it. Would it be possible to get some sort of like after-action report for like if your run is done, when you go back to the take and hold menu, there's like a last run summary screen.
What I was currently planning on doing is that when you die or you sort of finish, it teleports you to this room that's in the level that will have your score and a summary of how you did, and then a button to either return to the take and hold main menu, or do another run with those exact same settings.
That's good. That's just as good.
Sort of thing. So if you want to, like, Binding of Isaac style, just get stuck right back in, just then they're like, oh, died, let's go again, sort of thing. You can do so. Or if you're like, you know what, I don't...
Yeah.
I want to do that differently.
That's pretty useful. I've wanted something like that in for a while, but I always figured that was, you know, asking for a lot. Well, because of how time and points already weren't counted in this, I figured just having those would be like good enough, and asking for any more would be getting kind of greedy.
Well, I'm gonna try to track, especially because I had to write a bunch of scoring code for the Kappa Coliseum. I actually now have a few more hooks to track certain things. So I'm gonna see what I have data-wise, and then decide from that what's good to display.
The obvious ones would have been like kills and stuff, but
Yep, kills. I want to do like total override tokens acquired, total spent, possibly something along the lines of amount of health healed. We'll see beyond that. But I like having some of those types of metrics.
Just some fun trivia metrics you can brag around to people.
Yup. I love the stats so much. Yeah, it's fascinating watching you play this, especially now that with the testing I've been doing the past couple weeks, just in terms of like during the hold, how much more you rely on the.
How much more you
Now that
rely
I've
on
sort
the...
of given it there functionally, it's a different style of playing. I think you'll like it. You don't end up catching those like bullshit shots from the back that you get with no warning.
Ah.
Which is how it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you should always have a chance to react.
Oh, let's see here.
I didn't realize. When did you update this to be full auto? The MK14? No, MK11, I think it is.
Like an update or two ago. What I finally did is I opened up Photoshop and I did the like really irritating texture surgery that was required to like have the word auto on the side of the receiver.
Oh.
Just hold it by the foregrip and you should be able to read it without fighting virtual stuff.
I keep forgetting that. Oh, too close. Huh. I recall, didn't it always used to say auto?
No, it said burst.
Did it? I thought it was always
I
auto.
actually configured it as burst when I first put it in the game. Basically, the guy who made a bunch of Tim from Chamfer Zone, the guy who made a bunch of weapon models that were the first ones I put in the game, he had those weapon models in part because he had been working collaboratively with someone on a game project that needed a bunch of gun models for it, and then that dude flaked out on him very suddenly. And so he had modeled a bunch of those guns based on what that guy had wanted in his game and had balanced them, which is why there are certain things about a couple of them that, like, that's not how that gun is in real life. Sort of thing, because the dude had picked them and tweaked them based upon the needs of that game. And then he just was left with these gun models that he then turned around and, like, found a way to get some money from.
Well, it's good that he eventually managed to get some use out of them, though. Oh, it didn't come with a sight. And maybe it didn't. I didn't see it. Should have.
Ooh, that reminds me. I'm not yet spawning sights with guns that require Picatinny sights, so I need to do that before tomorrow.
Oh, that's some work. Ever thought of nerfing the health pickup to have it heal only half instead of being full heal? There's procedural pickups now which you can get from boxes, which heal you 20%, I believe.
Yep.
So, and then like having the health pickup now is just like I guess like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
I've always wanted health to go down a different route in the game since it kind of hogged the spotlight too much in terms of power-ups.
Yep. Well, it's how to put it. They're still available to purchase now, but similar to how, have you ever played Slay the Spire?
I haven't, but I've seen quite a bit of it.
One of the things about going from being okay at Slay the Spire to being great at Slay the Spire is about learning to be economical enough with the way that you fight that you no longer have to burn limited resources effectively on healing yourself and can instead put those into other things in your deck. And I would, with the way the ecosystem works now, I would put that in that same category, because like a health power up in this costs 5. So you can choose to spend 5 override tokens to carry an extra one with you, sort of thing. But that's a lot of override tokens. That could be going into a good weapon. So,
Yep. I'd argue it should maybe be more, but balance is kind of, we're waiting for, I guess, tomorrow for that.
yeah, and once the other thing is when you're playing an endless override token, payout plummets after the first 5 waves. Basically, you get a big eco push, and then past that, you're pretty much going to be getting override tokens from random boxes only. So it becomes about attrition. Yeah, I'm curious how it will all work.
I'm very interested. I'm very excited to see how it works. I'm glad that you chose to go back to the old map.
Me too. I love it. And honestly, I think the changes that have been made to it, I think you're going to like them.
And you know, I'll be there to report bugs. Report bugs. Definitely.
Just little things like the fact that each hold room has a different colored stripe on it help you mentally orient yourself at all times way more.
Oh, I didn't notice that in the footage. That's good.
Yeah, every single, it's basically, and so there's essentially a color call out for each room if you're trying to communicate to someone what room you're talking about. You can just be like red, orange, yellow, green, teal, sky blue, cobalt, purple.
That's pretty useful.
So,
my original idea was just having symbols, but I think that probably works better and doesn't distract as much.
yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm drinking coffee here and yet I'm feeling tired, so.
I've got some weird flavored coffees downstairs and I haven't drank them in a while. I should probably go and do that after this.
Weird flavored coffee?
Well, I say weird, but I mean like non-traditional coffee, not like.
Like what?
Well, it's like a double chocolate mocha, and like.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, I said weird, and I was the wrong word for it. Just not coffee. And it's like vanilla flavored coffee and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Can't say that's terribly up my alley. I made black coffee. Always have been.
I like coffee, but I've never really liked the sharpness that comes with its taste. But both of those flavors I buy
See, that's the one thing to be aware of is like coffee doesn't have that bitter edge. It's actually just smooth. But then again, you Brits are more about your tea, isn't that correct?
Yep, pretty much. We focus pretty much around our tea.
Don't blame you. I'm a huge fan of like oolong.
I need to try different flavors of tea. I need to start going outside my comfort zone. I don't know if it's my computer and all, but I've got this weird draw distance problem right now.
Where?
Just in H3 in general, where I out to about maybe 5 meters, everything just goes super blurry. I'm not sure if it's like that on stream.
Oh, that is anisotropic filtering. That is
yeah.
What quality setting are you on?
I believe I'm on medium.
That might be why. On medium, it does knock the aniso a little further down.
I'm on low. That would explain it.
Yep.
Right,
yep. That's the basically what anisotropic filtering is, because tons of gamers are used to setting this in games. You don't actually know what it represents. Is basically when you have a texture that is straight on flat at you. For every pixel on your monitor, it's pretty obvious what pixel on that texture should be used to draw the final image. But then when you tilt a piece of geometry with a texture onto it to a thinner and thinner and thinner angle, it becomes, you have to start making different decisions about which pixels you're sampling at what balance to keep it looking sharp. And the way you make it look better is you take more samples of the texture in a specific pattern, and that makes it more expensive. So when you see like anisotropic 2x, 4x, 8x, 16x, that literally means it's taking 2, 4, 8, or 16 samples of the texture to create the final color to make it look sharp enough.
Huh.
It's almost like anti-aliasing that only occurs in texture sampling space, is the way to think about it. So.
Does he know about the scope glitch? The one where
I know about the scope glitch.
Yeah, like the 1x scope that if you look beside it, it appears as like a crosshair. I think it does, yeah.
Yep, I still haven't been able to figure out why that happens, because it doesn't happen on everyone's computer. It's
really
bad. Yeah, it doesn't happen on.
It happens on mine quite often.
Yeah.
Well, quite often I say that, but I mean consistently. Also, I haven't been on high settings for a good long while. The wood is sublime. It is really good. You can see just like the fingerprints almost. Not fingerprints, but like the different depths. That's really good. I was moving over to a pro, made it so I had to play on low. It only happens when one of your eyes starts looking into the scope.
Yep. Yeah, it's a culling issue of some kind. I just don't understand why it's occurring. And my VFX guy doesn't either. So.
Huh. pretty
Okay,
good.
so apparently the reaction to Sonic the Hedgehog's design was so bad that they might reanimate his face.
Oh. I kind of struggle to see how they didn't see that coming. But I guess it's just like top studio executives kind of being...
No, it's not that. It's easy to put it that anytime you're working on any sort of creative project, especially for a long time, it's so difficult to get any sort of critical distance from it. It doesn't matter what you're working on. So it's, it's not because those people were shitty or oblivious, or it's just sometimes, it can be shockingly hard to figure out whether what you've done is good or not.
Yeah, you become blind to your own creation.
Yep.
I've experienced that a bit when drawing art, so... Be interesting to see how they do reanimate it if they do. These green tracers are really thick. These green tracers are really thick. Never noticed it.
Yeah, part of it is to make it so that the shots are visible at a distance, but also not enormous coming right out of the barrel. They grow in size based upon the distance that the projectile has traveled, which is why enemy tracers look as large as they do to you. I'd rather them always be based upon their distance to the player eye, but for a bunch of reasons, it's actually a good deal more expensive to compute. Versus being able to just scale up based on like a distance traveled. So that's why I don't do it. There's so
it
many
works
things
just
in
as good anyway.
But yeah.
I forgot, for some reason my VR home is screwed up. Don't know why. Now this is a point I'm glad to see almost completely gone.
Which one?
Oh
yeah, that one's completely gone. It's not even mostly gone. It's gone. Yup. Thank goodness.
Yeah, this is one of those ones that probably looked pretty good on paper.
Not even that. The sad reality, and you know this, I built that whole level based on just trying to create interesting shapes out of the tiles I had made. And then was like, I wonder how these will be to fight in, and some of them were just terrible. So
Alright, this is one of those guns that does the weird shader things. Like
Oh yeah. Yep. That's what's happening there is that when something is physically rendered, there is at any given moment a certain amount of light energy that is what's called diffuse energy, and a certain amount that is specular, meaning like reflection. A lot of the areas of the level don't have a really bright dominant light source in their reflection, which means that anything shiny in real life standing in that room would look kind of dusty as a result. And that's why certain guns, like step back out into the hallway there and notice how much more different the gun looks.
Oh yeah, the rusty look to it's almost completely gone.
Yep, and that's just because there's a bright dominant light that causes more of the light energy to be distributed via what's called specular reflection than in diffuse. And in real life, that would do that same thing. It's just we're so used to seeing it in real life, we don't really notice it.
Huh.
the same thing would be true as like if you were trying to shoot that for a photo shoot and you sprayed something with dulling spray to make it look matte, it would do the exact same thing to the surface.
Huh. I always thought it was an unintentional side effect.
Nope, it's literally that's how light works.
I always thought it because something like the Gepard gets hit really hard in that regard, where it looks pretty ugly in some lighting.
Yep.
But,
And it's once again it's one of those things that's actually maddening as someone who's done graphics programming, is that the moment you start doing a bunch of those things, what it actually highlights to you is how many things in your real environment around you look broken if you pay attention to them. Like, they don't look like how your mental model of what something should look like in that lighting situation would look, and it messes with your head.
yeah, I'm not used to seeing
like
them
stuff that like if you were to represent in a video game exactly how that looks in real life, everyone would be like, the game's graphics are broken. Like, man, the texture repeat is super obvious on this with like the ocean, and it's like, no, there's a certain distance when you look at the ocean that it looks like broken texture repeat.
Yeah. It's weird, you gotta... It's kind of like the Spotify random situation, no, the iTunes random situation, where they had to make it less random for people to make it seem more random. Bad analogy, I guess, but basically where you gotta make it less perfect to seem more perfect.
Yep, absolutely. It's also that, like, human beings, like, we are like, mentally, we're really terrible at random number generation in our own heads, and so when we perceive actual random numbers, they feel super wrong. We either try to apply a pattern that is there, or just, like, feel as though almost like the number generator is fighting against us, which is one of the reasons why, like, the gambling industry is so effective, is that, like, people's intuitive understanding of randomness is terrible.
Definitely.
Well, I think I'm gonna bounce out for now. I've got a little more math to do here, and I might even jump on stream myself in like an hour or something.
That'd be exciting.
Do some more testing.
Oh well. I'll catch you later then.
Great talking with you.
Alright, likewise. So, I'll see you later then.
Peace.
Alright, nice. What was that gun at it? That's the left hook. This is the left hook. This is the ACR. The semi-only. It's a shame. I wanted a full auto version of the ACR, but I can deal with this for now. Well, I'm not going to use it because I have better guns, but you know what I mean. Gun on your back. This. I don't remember when this was added, but yeah, I don't remember when it's added. But this gun freaks me out every time because I'm like, oh, let me just put the mag. Oh, it doesn't go in. Why is it not going in? I have to. I'm like, oh, it goes up here. It doesn't go in the nook like every other gun would. But oh well. Freaks me out. Just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? It looks like a gun that someone photoshopped and just like split in half and fused together in some weird way. Semi-only. Yeah, I don't remember when it was introduced to the game. But it spawned with the wrong mag. I know, right? It's a really freaky gun when you get it. Because it's not noteworthy enough for you to remember it, but when you do get it, you're like, I don't know, but I like this thing. Oh, it's pretty powerful, though. Pretty powerful. Pretty fun. I love hexagonal barrels. Or I don't know if you've seen, like, Hunt Showdown and all of its not Remingtons, its lever actions and stuff. All the old guns used to have hexagonal barrels, And I love those. Those looked really nice. I really wish more guns had the hexagonal or like angled look to them, especially around the barrels. One of the guns was about to be what with the M1 carbine. Oh, I can see that. This is definitely something that would have inspired the M1 carbine. Oh my god. You know, like the Thompson M30 carbine. Oh yeah. H3 has so many guns. I keep forgetting half of them. I used to say that I played with every gun in the game for over 2 hours, at least. But at this point, definitely not. I mean, that's statistically impossible. It's statistically impossible at this point that I could have done that. Because what is there? There's like 280 guns in the game. I don't even have 280 hours in the game. And I guarantee like 30 to 40 of those hours is with these goddamn M4s. These goddamn M4s. They never stop showing up. They never stop. I'm not saying I don't like the M4s. I'm saying that I'm not the biggest fan of the M4s anymore. Cause you just get them too much. But that's not a problem. It's just what happens with the RNG. As Anton was saying, RNG. Just sometimes you get tons of M4s because there's like, I believe there's 3 different versions of the M4 in this game, like this specific model of M4. So the chances of you getting an M4 is 3 times as likely. As compared to something like the G30, no, that's the bad example. As compared to something like the AK-5, where you only have a 1 in 1 chance of getting it. You only have a 1 in 1 chance of getting the AK-5 when you have a 3 in whatever chance of getting the M4. Just how RNG works. A part of me always wanted to say, like, group them in with each other. Like, you know what I mean? I like the M4s in the game. It's lucky why I want the M231 in the game, because fuck accuracy. Oof. I just love reloading in this game. Reloading is like the best thing. Back when H3, back when I couldn't stream, back when H3 was like a few months old, all I would do is sit in the indoor range and just reload all day. Just find interesting new ways to reload. Keep doing it over and over again. How else can I reload this gun? Maybe... yeah, something like that. Boom. Just find as many ways as I can to reload guns. And that's why I'm so good at reloading guns now. That's why I can reload pretty much every gun in half a second. Or like a second, I guess, if I want to be generous. If I want to be logical. I can reload every gun in a second because I just spent all my time reloading and finding all the different ways I can reload a specific gun. Eventually, you just get a feel for the like the zones and like I can't put it here, can't put it here. Well, I can't put it here. Oh, you can. Well, serves me right. But yeah, eventually you just get a feel for the zones. And it just becomes instinctual. He's got the fire rate of the Chris Vector. The M231. I think you're the same. When it comes to reloading, is there any way Anton can make it so variants of guns don't increase the chance of that type of gun spawning? I don't think so, and I don't think I would want that. Because there's, basically you'd be saying, because, you're saying basically treat them like treat them like a package, is what you mean. Like, you're gonna get one of these guns. I get to treat it like a subset. But it doesn't go any deeper than that, if you know what I mean. So it's like you get the AK-5, the M1911, and then the M4 guns. You get one of them. Instead of there being the M4, I mean, instead of being like the AK-5, the M1911, the M4 shorty, the M4 left hook. Like, that's what you mean. You just condense them into one entry. I'm not sure if I would want that. Because that gets rid of the... Like... You need to get your trigger finger up, though. You need to get your trigger finger. Definitely. You need to get on my level with my trigger finger. If I can do it correctly. Watch me fuck it up. That wasn't full auto. That was actually me using my trigger finger. I can go faster, I'm pretty sure. Not bad. Rip nade. No, come on, throw it. Whoop. I love the sound that nade makes. Pew, 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 pew. Your trigger finger must make women happy. You bet. Ah, and then sometimes your trigger finger doesn't work. You just want to randomize. Yeah, I don't think I would want that, where M4s came in the form of M4 variants, instead of just being individual entries in the loot table. I think I would just want them to be individual variants. Because it's a part of the charm, I would say. It's part of the charm of H3, where... Like, obviously there's going to be a ton of M4s. Obviously there's going to be a ton of MP5s. Obviously there's a ton of M1911s. That's just how H3 is. That's how H3 should be. You're going to be really happy to have Gibbs back on the sausage. Oh yeah. Gibbing is the best part about these sausages. I think it's the one thing that these guys do better. I think these guys are more satisfying to shoot. The Sosigs are more satisfying to fight. See, there's a big distinction to make there. The Sosigs are more satisfying to fight, but these guys are more satisfying to shoot. So I'll be glad if everything good about these guys that makes them good to fight just gets transferred straight over to the Sosigs. I'm game. Because they'll just be the best. I just remember there's like 10, 20 MP5 variants, yeah? And surprisingly, you don't see them all that often because they get shoved out of the loot table really quickly. They just get shoved out pretty much instantly. How long have I been streaming? 3 hours! Holy crap, 3 hours of H3. Well, everyone who complains to me about, you should play more H3VR. I watch you for H3. Well, here you go. I'm giving you 3 hours of H3, and with Anton himself joining in. Oh, dude, my feet hurt. Ugh. Oh. And the Solstices, you can snap their necks. Yep. They're just missing that and they'll be perfect. They will. Let me turn down my microphone volume because I have to boost it when I'm in VR so you can hear me. There we go. Okay. There we go. This is so 6'2" violent. This is what my microphone is usually at. Oh, now I can finish my Dr. Pepper. Oh, being in VR is so tiring. I really need to be in it more though. It's a good exercise, especially if I start running arm swinger. I don't know if you heard that since the game was closing out and sometimes my microphone bugs when it does that. I said, especially with arm swinger, I should be playing VR more. I should just do, like you're standing up for a long period of time, yeah. I should just do a exercise stream at some point where I find the best games for exercising, like with my legs and my arms and stuff, and just play them. Play H3 with exclusively using arm swinger for a bit. Get buff. Well, first you got to get not fat to get buff, but Oh, Dr. Pepper tastes so nice. Poor nerd legs can't take it. I'm surprised Anton's legs can take it. It's not a fat joke. That's not a fat joke. I'm saying like he has to test H3 so often. I'm surprised he can just be in VR for that, for just over and over again, constantly getting up and out of his seat, putting on the headset, and oh, I couldn't do that. It's up to your YouTube. Thanks for the subscription. Fat joke. It's not a fat joke. I promise it's not a fat joke. Plus, Anton is thick, not fat. You made I have a nice area to play in VR now, so I normally actually use my legs with some locomotion to move. I typically probably can just stay in his seat for a lot of the testing. That is true. That's a true point. I don't know how long Bipin's been here. Probably not very long. But yeah, he probably can just sit in his seat for a lot of the testing. But for stuff where he has to move around and like with taking hold, for example, he had to test taking hold, and he couldn't just sit in his seat for that. He has to test it probably so much. And just... I play a lot of take and hold, but I don't think I could handle that much take and hold every day. I don't think I can handle sitting in front of my computer screen looking at just a bunch of text every day. That's just not the life for me. I made a crappy gun rig that uses magnets to touch your controllers and there's like 2 extra pounds on them. Yikes. 2 pounds is not bad, actually. You must play standing up. It's the best. Yeah. Back when, like, in around Meatmas 2018... No, Meatmas 2016. I had... I'm going to be very specific here. Just so, for some reason, I'm just going to be very specific here. In November 2016, October or November 2016, one of my Vive lighthouses crapped out on me. Yeah, the first meat miss. But one of my Vive lighthouses crapped out on me. It just stopped working. It got the traditional problem where it had like the one red light, one green light, and it was just kaput. So I contacted Vive support to get the Vive lighthouse fixed and basically redone, and they pissed about for me. Like they pissed about with me for 4 months. The new Tekken Hold looks pretty fun but challenging. I'm happy about that. Apparently, it plays pretty differently, and I would be excited. I'm excited for that because, honestly speaking, I don't just want another Taken Hold because I've already played Taken Hold. Well, a lot of us have already played Taken Hold for like 30 hours plus. Me played it for maybe 80 hours, and Jordan is probably the same. And like we've played Taken Hold so much, I don't just want Taken Hold. I want Taken Hold 2. I want Taken Hold Plus. I want Taken Hold Refined. I want it to play different enough to be fun and great, while similar enough to still be Taken Hold. And yeah, fuck HTC support. HTC support are awful. They're dreadful. You had your HMD break and I sent it to get it repaired. Let me guess, it took quite a while. You can get back for 3 to 4 months. That seems to be the time they take. Same thing happens to me 3 weeks after you got your Vive. Jeez. HTC, well, Vive is just prone to breaking, I suppose. But yeah, I'll continue with the story of Valve support for the index ends up being better. If they're pressured, Valve are pretty good. If they're not pressured, Valve are pretty shit. So I don't know. I'm hoping they do end up on the pressured side. Excuse they gave me was they were moving and didn't tell me. Well, that's nice. But I'll continue with my story and I'll just go through with it just faster. November 2016, Lighthouse crapped out on me and I sent it to HTC. So over the course of Meatmas, the first ever Meatmas, I had to play with only one sensor, looking one direction, sitting in my seat, or if I was standing, I had to use snap turn. Or I don't think snap turn even existed back then, but I had to use snap turn or like vaguely look behind me, like just enough to flick fire one of the bots that was behind me and then come back around because I just couldn't have. I've actually gotten used to that now, which is why you don't notice it because you aren't seeing my physical body, but a lot of the time when I turn around, I'm still standing front and center. I've just twisted my body 180 degrees. Well, more like 110, and I'm looking the rest of the way. That's what I normally do, and I've gotten used to just doing that now, and that's how I can react pretty fast, is without having to turn around completely. It's just, whoosh, come back, and then... So, there's your description for that, whoosh. The worst thing, which was 2 days after you got the HMD, that's horrible. Stuff breaking like a few days or weeks after you get it is horrible, especially if it's super expensive. Luckily, my Vive Lighthouse lasted me like 6 months. 6-7 months. That's still not very impressive, but, Luckily, since then I've had no problem with the lighthouses. I have had problems with the controllers, where the touchpad stopped working on both of them. It was so scary. Abruptly, all of a sudden, the touchpad just stopped working on both of my controllers, and I was like, I want to wait until the knuckles, but then I won't be able to use VR for like 8 months. So, I eventually just caved in, and I just bought 2 controllers again, and was like, whatever. I can save it for the index, anyway. The repair price drop happened when it was off. Wow. Overall, HTC, load of crap. Not very good. You're off to look at houses. Enjoy looking at those houses. I hope those houses are pretty interesting. From 800 to 600. I was mad. I would be too. I would definitely be too. Anyway. Surprised Anton joined. I'd like him to join more often. That was pretty fun. I like hearing things from his perspective directly, like not just through text. Like through text, it's fine, but and being through voice makes it like a lot more personal, where I can hear a lot more details that he otherwise wouldn't have told. It's nice having him join, and just explain a bunch. You're 100% getting the index when the first price drop happens. You asked me what I thought of the index quite a while up. I didn't forget about that. I just been kind of going through subjects. I think the index looks really, really, really cool. I think it's probably one of the best things that's going to happen to VR. And let me see, I do have it, but I have indeed purchased an index. I was one of the first within the first 10 minutes or so because the server's locked up and you couldn't buy it anyway. But I was spamming that purchase button like, come on! And when I finally got through, I was like, let's go. Yeah, I've pre-ordered an index. I got the controllers plus the headset. I skimped out on buying the base stations because I was told there's pretty much no difference. Like base station 1.0 and Valve's base stations, doesn't matter. They're not worth the extra 300. So I was like, all right, I'll just save £300 and buy the controllers and the headset, and that's it. So you can bet your ass. Yeah, I heard there's no difference. Thanks for the heads up. If you already have base stations, there's almost practically no point to buying the version with base stations. Hang on, is the version still up? Because I know that the full VR kit sold out impressively. I was not expecting the full kit to sell out. I was expecting everything else to sell out. But let's see. Index. The headset is still on sale. Oh, reserve. Oh, it says reserve instead of pre-order now. Ah. Well, anyway, I've bought the controllers and the headset, which cost £689. Burning a massive hole in my pocket. But yeah, I had to. Because obviously they were going to sell out. There's no... You either knew you were buying it or not. If you had doubt that you were buying it, you probably weren't buying it. Difference is that they're less likely to fail. I mean, if the tracking is still as good, I'll be happy with it. In this kind of bigger area. I don't need a bigger area. I'm playing in my room, so it doesn't benefit me. So that's fine enough. I think I will still want 2.0 base stations because I want 3 instead of 2 because I have problems in games and my controllers fall away from me. Maybe you should redo your configuration then. Redo your room config. You've probably already done that. I'm just saying, like, hey, have you asked Google? No, but I mean, if you want to buy the base stations, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. If I figure out they do have some sort of benefit, like later on, I can just buy them. No reason I can't just, hop onto Steam again and just go, all right, I want your base stations too. Gimme. But yeah, you can bet your ass that as soon as the Valve Index appears at my door, which it might be, I think it's release date, but when it comes to VR hardware, release dates are all over the place. You can get one like 2 or 3 weeks after someone else. But yeah, you can bet that as soon as I get my Valve Index, I'll be streaming it immediately. I think I might stream my first impressions. And on top of that, I'll just be streaming VR a lot more, I think, because obviously I've got a new shiny toy. I want to show it off. I want to see how it is. I want to play with it. Look at this tiny action figure. It's cool. But can I have your Pro? If you pay me for it. Yeah, you honestly could. I'm planning on selling my Pro, so... And I'm going to sell it for the price that it probably should have been at anyway. Like £500 or £600. It is not worth. Don't buy the Pro. Do not buy the Pro. This is a PSA from me to you. Do not buy the Vive Pro. Especially now. I would have still said don't buy the Vive Pro like when it came out. Like when the Vive Pro came out, I would have immediately told you do not buy it. It is not worth the money. But now that the Valve Index, literally, what's the difference between the Vive and the Vive Pro? Oh, did I say the Valve Pro? I've been saying the Valve Pro, haven't I? Shit. No, I mean the Vive Pro. Do not buy the Vive Pro. The difference between the Vive Pro and the Vive is resolution. Comfort. This is a big one. Don't dispute comfort. I will admit, I do not regret buying the Vive Pro because A, I get to spout my opinions on it. B, I get a significantly more comfortable experience. If you have the Vive, get the Deluxe Audio headset, that helps. But trust me, it's actually not that. No, see the Vive Pro. When it comes to the Vive Pro, I think honestly the resolution increase, pretty good. That's good. But for me, the thing that made the Vive Pro like not a regrettable purchase for me, even despite me saying don't buy it, it's not worth it, is the comfort. Because it is so comfortable. It is so easy to put on. You just, let's see, like the whole clicky thing. You just unscrew it, put it on, screw it on. So easy. It's so piss easy. And the weight distribution, it feels so much better than the normal Vive. You have no idea. The normal Vive is super front heavy. You just go down, and it's a struggle to hold for hours on end. But with the Vive Pro, it is the center of gravity is pretty damn center with your head. It feels so much better. You can use it for so much more of a. You don't have that issue, honestly. You notice it. You notice it if you. Can you remove the index's headphones? Because I got lots of because you got a Bluetooth headset. I'd imagine you can remove the headphones, or at the very least, you can just move them out of the way. Because I don't think I'll be using the Valve headset. What am I talking about? I don't think I'll be using the Valve headphones that it comes with, because I use my own thing as well. You have a strong neck. Well, that's a good thing to have. Good defensive mechanism. And I am tired as fuck. Not tired, but like exhausted from VR. Oh yeah. TLDR, don't buy the Vive Pro. Even more so now. Because the index just is better. The index is literally better in every way. It has a better resolution, better FOV, better FPS, better comfortability. It is just better. Do not buy the Vive Pro. It's a shame because the Vive Pro is useless now. It has no place in the market. It didn't really have one anyway. Maybe as like an arcade, like something you would buy as an arcade owner. It's that type of thing. That's what the Vive Pro is. It is a establishment headset. It is not for public use. It's not something you would buy personally, or it's intended for you to be able to buy personally. Obviously, they allow you to, because why not? No reason not to. But for the most part, it's intended for arcades and stores and stuff, and conventions. You don't know what you're going to do with the Vive when you get the index. I still have my Vive, especially since your room feels like it's outside all the time, even though it's not. Whew. Your room is 100% the hottest in the house. I can sympathize with that. My room is also the hottest in this house. And that's because my room is the only room in the house that actually gets a direct line of sight to the sun. My house, well, I have a window that directly aims at where the sun comes up for most of the day. And it's so annoying. It makes it really hard to do a lot. Makes it really sweaty. Oof. I'll take like a 20 to 30 minute 20 to 40 minute break or something before I do anything else. I'm not going to stream for that long. I'm going to cut the stream in like a few minutes at most. Have your personal computer heater plugged in? Feels like 85 with humidity. I need to get out my fan. My #1 fan. Find it? Go. Turn off the valve. Oh, Muris, you haven't been here. You should have been here a while ago. Anton was talking with me on stream directly through VC. That was fun. Fan time. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's so nice. I love this fan. #1 fan. Right, what a waste of space. What a waste of space. Right. Why is there a bunch of VR controller tab things here? Like the things you strap around your hand. Anyway. New hentai gun coming soon. I can't wait for that. I should start installing skins. It'd be fun. But yeah. Can't sell skins. Did I say sell? I said I should start installing skins. I should start getting skins. Now let's start selling them. Anton would 100% be happy about that. Anyway. Oh, you guys want to hear the best sound? That's a sound for the ages. It's universally recognized sound. Hell yeah, we're Bethesda now. There was an invite ready when you're interested. Feel free to post it. It's not illegal. Jake, I'm gonna ban him when he posts it. Anyway. Kind of just killing time now. No, you can post it. So if any of you are interested, any 4 of you who have dwindled down from the viewers I had before, any 4 of you are interested in skinning guns in H3, Maris will probably post a link to that in the chat. Here is a link to the H3VR H3VR competitive. There you go. Anyway, thanks for watching the stream. I will see you later. Mbam for people on my YouTube channel start complaining and asking me to play a lot more H3, even though I just played 3 hours of H3, which included Anton in it. No rest for the wicked. Rip H3VR gaming. Alright, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.